God damn it.
It's time for Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me here today is my friend,
Joey Black.
Joey Black, a.k.a. Switch of Genre Treason,
Yes,
is
sir.
here.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm good. Well, good as I can be, every day at a time.
Yeah.
Yourself?
I'm all right. Recently, our friendship was taken to a new level.
We're going to go with this right away.
Why? Right out of the fucking gate.
Yeah. Aside from being, brothers from other mothers and fathers, we are now Eskimo brothers.
Eskimo brothers! High five! So, here's the setup. I am on Facebook looking at some stuff. And obviously, because, you're putting stuff up, I'm seeing who's commenting and liking on it. And I don't even know how it linked to her or if she said something or did something. I figured it out, and I asked you how you knew this girl.
Right.
And you said you had met her online.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, just so you know, years ago, I pooned her. Did we? That makes us Eskimo brothers.
Yes, sir.
If you're nailing her. And then I asked you some questions about it. And then at one point I just said, hey, check Facebook.
Yeah. No, I saw that. It was great. We actually made it Facebook official as far as being Eskimo brothers. That's hilarious.
I put up a status that said, found out we're Eskimo brothers. And then there was a meme with the guys from Step Brothers. And it said, do we just become Eskimo brothers? Yep.
See, with Eskimo brothers, I always think of The League, though. With Taco, like Jean Lajoie.
Yeah, I didn't watch that show.
Oh, it's fucking great.
It was about, I know it wasn't just about fantasy football, but I'm not a fantasy football guy.
Yeah, but it vaguely revolves around that, and Taco starts the Eskimo Brothers database, which...
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you can see your Eskimo relatives, essentially. And then he starts the Eskimo Brothers Bed and Breakfasts, or the EBDB B&B.
What?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and you smell like fart.
That's right before we went on, I let one go, and it's just kind of hanging in the room. It might be fused into the fibers of my sweatpants.
Yeah, it's warm.
Taste the rainbow, bitch. So, what have you been up to recently, music-wise?
Music-wise, myself?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot. I do some writing. Fuckface has been the one.
Reese Hartfelt
has been the one who has been working his nuts off lately. So
making beats,
making songs. He just had a solo show at the Garage with Ruckus and Murr doing that benefit for NAMI
on the 8th.
Yeah, made some money for that.
Nice.
But yeah, and then Genre Treason, we have 4 shows coming up this month. So.
I know of, and I talked about this when Murr was here. You got one on the 15th.
Yeah, this Saturday the 15th at Amsterdam with MC Rents and etc.
The 22nd.
The 21st, actually.
21st?
It's Friday the 21st. It got moved. So originally it was the 22nd. But the 21st now, and that's in Mankato for the 427 barbecue with Professor Fresh.
Then what's after that?
The 29th at Club Underground with the Perfect Rejects for their CD release party. And then also...
When?
The 29th.
The night we're going to Ring of Honor?
Yes. I'm going directly to the show.
Oh, God, you son of a bitch. You scared me for a second there.
No.
Like, did you fucking forget?
No, absolutely not. How am I going to forget a super kick party? Come on.
Yeah, super kick party.
Bullet Club's taking on the Addiction and Dalton Castle.
A few moments later.
I discussed some of the Fuck Buddies project ideas with Murr.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. He thought it was exciting. He's like, I'm on board.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been writing some lyrics.
That should be good.
Some things.
Yeah, I know you mentioned a couple covers or remakes you wanted to do, which sounds awesome.
First and foremost, I want to do a cover of Eazy-E's Gimme That Nut, so we're going to rework some lyrics.
Yeah, it should be an easy one.
And then we take Ice Cube and Dr. Dre's Natural Born Killers,
mm-hmm.
and we make it Natural Born Thrillers.
I can get down with that. It's a good beat.
It is a good beat. The most I've written for, though, is the song Clots on My Ball Bag. And we'll get into that a little bit later.
Oh, man.
Because today's show is all about music.
Ooh.
That's the theme. Music. Really? Woo. Thank you for all that energy you just had there.
That was my Ric Flair.
So, I mean, music, everybody loves music. If you don't love music, you're either a cyborg or a Nazi.
True.
Or my boss.
Even if you like bad music, you still like music.
That is true. Even if you sit around and you still sing old Britney Spears songs.
Yeah.
Why,
I don't know. I'm not going to say that I have or have not done that.
No.
I haven't.
I like to listen to Ace of Base from time to time. They're awesome. I mean, music is so important to me that it's ingrained in every facet of my life. You know, when I'm at work, I got to hear some music.
Right.
When I'm just hanging out, I got to have some music on. When I'm in the shower, I got to have some music.
Yeah, no, I always have music. I have wireless headphones I wear even at work and shit.
Oh. Not me. I always go boombox style. Like when I'm working out or when I'm driving, I always have to have something on. Especially when I'm doing it. I like to have something on.
Sure.
You got a very mellow. Noise.
Yeah.
Pussifer is good to hump to because it's got a good beat. Or Crosses, side project of Chino from Deftones. Yeah. It's good fucking music.
You're not into like the bleeding through or anything like that?
Why would I want fucking metalcore on when I'm doing it?
I don't know.
What am I, Doomhead from the movie 31?
I have not seen that yet.
You fuck.
It's in my queue.
It's in your queue. You know what else is in your queue?
These nuts!
I've passed on my love of music to my children. I started them early when The Juice was a baby. Some of the first bands I exposed her to were like Depeche Mode.
Nice.
And U2. Some mid-'80s Michael Jackson. And then Dee Antwoord.
Okay.
So if you don't know Dee Antwoord, you should probably look up Dee Antwoord. DIEANTWOORD. Except they pronounce it Dee Antwoord because they're from South Africa.
And it looks like Die Antwoord.
It's booty-shaking music, and the girls love it. They do. They do. I've always written, like, song lyrics. I've always been really into writing my own shit. Now, I don't have anything to show for it because I never had recording equipment.
Sure.
I've never been in a band that recorded a CD.
It's expensive.
It is expensive. I've been in bands, but I performed one time, and it was with a band I wasn't in. I was sitting in with them in high school for a talent show.
Yeah.
It was my friend Andy and Mike's band, Muffler Chump. You had to have a 50-50 mix of people from our school and people outside our school if you were going to have non-students in your band there.
Sure.
And so they just gave me a trash can that they spray painted their name on.
Yeah.
And an aluminum bat to beat on it. Kind of like Slipknot style, just to get the music going.
Quote unquote.
I beat on it to a certain rhythm for the first 30 seconds of a song, and then I hopped off stage and flung some cassettes of their album into the audience.
Nice.
And then I went back up on stage, and I just sat there.
Cassettes are great.
They were.
I remember you being in, what was it?
Thieves
Army. Yeah, you were doing keys, right?
I did keyboards and samples in Thieves Army. And it's a funny story because, I mean, the guys that were in Thieves Army were in the band together for a long fucking time. They played tons of shows. They were established locally.
Right.
And then Matt, who did samples and keys, quit. So they didn't have anybody for a while. And I was hanging out with my friend Colt, who was the guitarist, and his cousin, and my other friend Shane, who was the drummer. And Shane, we're sitting there one time down at the practice space. He's like, "Hey, you told me you played keyboards, right?" I'm like, "No." I mean, but how hard can it be? And he just starts laughing his ass off. And he's like, "Have Colt show you some shit."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'll give it a whirl." And he showed me the keyboard parts for like 4 songs. And I memorized it like right away. So then I was in the band.
Right.
So that was my first being in a band moment. And that 9 months of being in Thieves Army, and we practiced and we had shows scheduled. But then one thing or another caused us to not play those shows. I never got to play a show.
Right.
I was flyering like a motherfucker. And then a few years after that, I tried to start my own punk band, very unsuccessfully. That's when I actually created the Johnny Blumpkin moniker.
Gotcha.
When I tried to start the punk band, Blumpkin.
Yeah.
I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
So that really never went anywhere.
Sure it did. It led to this.
It led to this. Well, I suppose. Oh, you're going to hate me. That was a silent one, but it's going to get you.
Damn it.
Ah, yeah. Oh, I just Sister Abigail'd the shit out of my pants. It's a wrestling reference to Bray Wyatt. Because when you got here, you sent me a Bray Wyatt meme.
Yes, I did. I actually made it in the driveway while I was waiting for you.
So that's why I think it's important that even though this is kind of just like a side project for fun and you guys got more serious shit going on, that I really want to do the Fuck Buddies project because I like to make music. I like to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
I make music with my friends. You guys are established and talented. I like to think of myself as at least semi-talented.
Well, listen to that voice. Come on.
It's smooth.
Like butter.
Like bourbon. It glides right down. I'll put it in you. What?
Wait.
My
what?
voice in your ears.
Gotcha.
That sounded rapey.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been into music?
I mean, I've been in music since I was a kid, but I didn't start doing music until I was like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started doing music when I was 15, like in high school with a couple buddies. You might even have met one of them, maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
What, Chad?
Yeah. Yeah, you know Chad.
Never really cared for him.
A lot of people didn't, at least from this end.
I think the final straw was one time I saw him at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and he was wearing a fucking New Orleans Saints jersey.
That sounds about right.
I was like, around these parts, sir, you are cruising for a bruising.
Yeah. So that was fun.
What was that called?
Pimp Juice.
That was the name of the project?
Yeah, and that was years before Nelly.
What about the Dirty Pool?
Dirty Pool, that was with Rents and stuff like that. I was never actually officially a part of Dirty Pool. There was kind of like an extended thing they had going on and whatnot, but I did some features, but never actually was part of that crew per se.
I remember seeing a cover of a CD, and it was Dirty Pool 2, Twice as Dirty.
Yep. Oh, fuck. I still have a lot of those CDs.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy. But to go back and listen to myself is just, it hurts.
Does it?
It hurts.
Well, you're always more talented once you get more experience.
Oh, yeah.
I will throw out this one caveat. As much as I didn't like Chad personally,
Yeah.
he was very talented musically as a rapper.
Yeah, and he gave up, and yeah, he was too good for it. I don't know, he's like Jersey Shore now. He has been that way for a while.
He's just a pretty boy?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He sells stuff.
He sells stuff.
He does
like,
retail.
I was going to say, is he a drug dealer?
No,
does he steal babies?
He does retail. I think he's like a district manager or something in Chicago now. So he's worked his way up the ladder, but he just quit music like early. So
what a vagina.
Yeah.
Then there was, when I got rid of my MIDI board, my keyboard, I
Yes.
sold it to you.
Yep.
And that's when you spent some time working with some guys.
Yeah. I think God, what was the name of that band?
I don't know.
Ashes to Dust.
Ashes to Dust.
Yep.
And then you got a bass.
Yep. And that never really went anywhere. I learned a little bit. Like I learned how to flip it before I could even play it. So
Really?
yeah.
Huh. I'm giving you this look of, really?
Yeah. It was all about stage show.
Huh.
But I never joined any band with a bass or anything. So
Well, now you guys have the Unappreciated Collective. I'm holding up 4 fingers.
4, yes.
All right.
There's
So
4
it's
of us.
Wit Ruckus
Yeah.
and Dr. Murr and Genre Treason.
Yeah.
There's another finger on that hand.
Yes, there is.
What initiation project
Man,
do I have to partake in?
you're literally like the second or third person to ask us that in a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I've been hammering this Fuck Buddies idea into your head for a while.
Yes.
And
So, I mean, it's kind of, we really want to, like you say we're established. We don't feel like we're established. We don't feel like we're in any position to offer anything to anyone at this point. There are some people who have expressed interest in joining us. Obviously, we have people in mind, and we're not doing just musicians. So it doesn't have to be just music. There are some like artists that are very talented, like Rob Swanland. He did the artwork for Reese Hartfeld's Anatomy series. He's done all the artwork for that.
Awesome.
And he has like a sketchbook that he sells at shows that's full of drawings and stuff like that. He's really awesome. So, I mean, we really want to make it about everything. It's not just music.
Like podcasting?
Podcasting is
Come on,
definitely
look
a
at the smile on my
possibility.
face.
Yes. I mean, actually, I am going to be doing a podcast myself
Are you now?
Well, my friend King Stoney from Perfect Rejects.
Yeah.
Him and Bobby Hatfield. He's another not local, but he's a pretty big name musician around here. He runs some sort of a station and is going to put a podcast on there for Stoney and myself, and it's going to be a wrestling podcast called Foreign Objects.
I get down with that.
Yes.
Foreign Objects.
So that's going to be coming. I have no idea. That literally just got told to me yesterday.
Oh.
So
He just told you, he's like, you're doing it.
well, he's asked me if I'd be interested in doing it, and then it all went, accordingly.
Fantastic.
So,
Well, let me break up some of that monotony. It's time to do an RPS challenge.
Ooh, I thought you were going to fart.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Blumpkin and Friends proudly brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge, Championship of the World! So here we go. Here is Switch, a.k.a. Joey Black, from Genre Treason, going up against the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and I rarely play.
Interesting.
Special occasion because it's you, brother.
All right.
And because we're Eskimo brothers.
Fishing in the same hole.
Oh, that was like 2009 for me. 2008, 2009, I don't know. Hand number 1.
Number 1. So I just say what I'm going with?
Yes.
I'm going paper.
You're going paper. I went scissors. Point for me. Hand number 2.
So smooth. I'm going paper again.
I also went paper. No point. Hand number 3.
I'm going paper.
I also went paper.
This is bullshit.
That is no point. Hand number 4.
Are you sensing a trend?
Perhaps.
Rock, bitch.
I threw a scissors. It's a point for you. We are tied at 1-1.
All right.
So it's coming down to the 5th hand. In the event of a tie, at 5 hands, we go to a 3-round sudden death overtime.
All right.
Hand number 5.
Oh, there's so much pressure on this one.
So much.
So much pressure. I'm going rock again.
I also threw a rock.
Son of a...
Overtime! All right, sudden death now.
All right.
So the next winning hand wins.
All right.
Hand number 6.
And yours are already predetermined still?
Yes, they're on here.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
It's my game on my show. Do you think I'm ill-prepared?
I do.
Fucking slap you in the face with my tea bag.
We're going back to the beginning and going paper. A hush falls over the crowd.
I threw a rock.
I
lose.
Yes, you do.
You son of a bitch.
You're listening to Blumpkin and Friends.
So for preparation for the show, I told you to come up with 5 albums that changed your life.
Yes.
So,
and I did that.
And you put them on your phone, whereas I put them on paper so that my paper doesn't cause any feedback on the microphone.
I'm holding it away.
So,
but I got 6, not 5, because I really wanted to do 10. This is really hard for me to do, so I had to pick albums that actually like influenced my lifestyle in some way, not just my favorite albums. If that makes sense.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
So I'm going to read my 5.
All right.
Then I'll let you read your 5.
Okay, 6.
I wrote down 10.
Ooh.
I had 5 secondary honorable mentions. Number 1, Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Okay. I talked to one of my other friends about this before I came on looking for answers, and that was one of his.
It was the first rap album I ever owned. It was the first rap album I ever wanted to own.
Sure.
And my parents did not like that I had it.
Yep.
And they took it away.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And I snatched it back up. Basically, it got me into rap music.
Right.
I just love the songs Dre Day and Nothing But a G Thing. The videos were on constant rotation on MTV.
Back when MTV played music videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Any time of day you could pretty much wait 5 minutes and then see a Dr. Dre video. It was fucking awesome. Number 2 would be Green Day's Dookie.
Wow. Oh, I suppose you're a punk guy, so.
I got that. It came out when I was in 6th grade into 7th grade, and I got it, and I loved it, and I listened to it. I got it for Christmas, and I fucking listened to it to the point where the CD almost exploded. Yeah.
Can CDs explode?
Probably.
It's fucking about to.
It's in a CD player. It's hooked up to power. That's how stuff works. I'm not a scientist, but I think it's a safe bet it could have exploded. So that was my first taste of punk.
Right.
It's not my favorite punk album of all time, though, I will say. That would be number 3. That would be the album No Heroes by Humble Gods.
I think I saw that one coming.
The precursor to Cottonmouth Kings was the band that Daddy X was the singer of. His brother, Spike, was the guitarist, and Spike went on to be the Corporate Avenger.
Right. Taxman.
No.
Same.
He was the Corporate Avenger. Taxman's a different dude.
What?
Yes.
What?
It was Corporate Avenger himself,
Mm-hmm.
Adaway the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
For a short time, it was the Taxman. Then they got wise, and there was no more Taxman. So he didn't really contribute anything. That album, from front to back, for me, is fucking incredible. It is the greatest punk album ever to me.
Well,
I can listen to it anytime.
Wasn't there
anywhere.
some other punk band from Germany that you were super hardcore about?
That would be Smoke Blow.
Are they on the list?
They are not on the list.
Okay.
Their album did not change my life, but Smoke Blow's German Angst is one of my favorite punk albums of all time. I have Smoke Blow's
The logo.
Wildcat
Yep, that's what I
lion
thought.
head tattoo on my arm. Number 4, Slipknot's self-titled debut.
Also on my list.
Yeah. I remember my friend Mike, that was the drummer of Muffler Chump, said, "Oh, my brother and my cousin went to some concert, and they saw this band that's got like 20 guys in it. They're all have like clown masks and shit. It's fucking weird. I don't know, but they're awesome." He said to look out for them. I'm in Best Buy one day in Northtown, and I see this CD, and it's a bunch of dudes in red coveralls with masks. I'm like, oh my God, this is the one. This is it. This is what he fucking told me about.
Right.
I bought it on a blind recommendation, and I put it in. I was like, holy shit.
Right.
That, for me, took my love of rock and metal to an insane new level. I fucking loved that album. I was drawing pictures. I did, like, drawings of them.
Oh, yeah. The old school Slipknot S? Who didn't draw that?
I mean, I drew the band.
Okay.
Like,
well, shit.
their masks. I have a T-shirt I made of a cartoony version of them on it.
I remember doing some stuff for, like, art in high school, like scratch art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And shit about Slipknot.
Wait and Bleed.
Yeah.
And Sick. And it's funny because that album, later on, they had to take 2 tracks off of it.
Right.
Because they said it contained some illegal samples. Purity and... I
can't think of the other one.
Purity's a fucking awesome song.
Right, that's, yeah.
And they replaced it with an equally as awesome song, Me Inside.
Yep. So
it's kind of like, well, why didn't you just fucking put Me Inside on there in the first place and have an extra track? Number 5, Terror.
Ooh.
Keepers of the Faith.
Okay.
Came out in 2010. When I heard it, I had always had kind of a love-hate relationship with hardcore music.
Right.
But I always like kind of angsty skate punk.
Yeah.
That's why I liked Humble Gods so much, is because it wasn't like whiny emo punk. And it didn't sound like the Sex Pistols or anything. Terror made up for every time I had tried to listen to hardcore and it just didn't stick. Like, I flirted with Hatebreed, but I could never get beyond Josta's voice.
Sure.
It fucking ruined it for me. Plus, some of his lyrics are really goddamn stupid. And Remembering Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was into them a little bit.
You got me into them.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
But Terror, and I still love them. They're my favorite hardcore band to this day. Everyone's like, what's your favorite band? Like, people ask you that shit. I'm like, I don't have a favorite band.
Yeah,
I have
really
a favorite band per genre.
Sure.
My honorable mentions, Deftones, Saturday Night Wrist.
That's unexpected.
Well, a lot of people would say probably Around the Fur or White Pony. I got on board in between those 2 albums.
Sure.
But Saturday Night Wrist I like the most just because of the more chill sound to it. I have banged to that CD so many times.
Right.
Oh my God. I have banged to that CD in a hot tub out in Luck, Wisconsin when nobody else was home around the lake there, and you could hear the songs echoing across the lake.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It was fucking awesome. Cold, the band Cold.
Yes. Which album?
A Different Kind of Pain.
Oh.
It is
Another
the saddest
one.
album.
Okay.
I suffer from depression. I like melancholic music.
But gee, fuck, tell me about it.
So, Cold's A Different Kind of Pain for me, resonated because at that point in my life, I was going through a breakup. And a lot of those songs are about loss and just dealing with it and being completely immersed in all of your sadness. So for me, that album was great. If you're like really brokenhearted, you may or may not be able to listen to it because it might be too much.
Might push you over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, other Neil, I offered it up to him when he and his baby mama broke up. He's like, dude, I tried listening to this. I can't.
Yeah.
He's like, the wound's still fresh. Earshot 2.
Okay.
Their second one.
Yeah.
Fucking Will is a great vocalist.
I vaguely remember. I never really got into them.
No?
I know the name, but never really heard much, I don't think. Nothing that stuck anyway.
I saw them live at The Rock. I had been a fan of
nice.
theirs for like 12 years already or some shit like that. And they were at The Rock and they played to an audience of dozens.
Yep.
Because unfortunately nobody went to shows and they had been around a while.
The Rock was awesome.
These next two, I don't know how much you're going to like them, but Pearl Jam's 10.
Yeah, I can't say I ever got into Pearl Jam.
No?
No, nothing grunge. Like, no Nirvana, no Pearl Jam, no Seattle.
Well, when grunge hit, I was 9. So...
Still, just the 90s voice and
I
all
was
of that.
I was starting to learn about music more. And it's funny because I heard Nirvana the same time I heard about Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Sure.
They're in the same 6-month period, which is my final one is Alice in Chains' Dirt. It's one of the greatest rock albums, not just grunge albums, but rock albums of all time to me. I still to this day love just about every fucking track on there. It's a great album.
Yeah, and I can't say I don't like any grunge because Alice in Chains is good. I gotta
They
do
are
that.
good. If you don't like them, I'm going to poop on you.
Yeah, you gotta poop anyway. You ready for mine?
I'm ready. Go.
All right. So first off, I have Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be the spaghetti incident? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the music I grew up on. My dad was into Guns N' Roses. He had like a videotape of a concert that I used to watch all the time.
Well, your dad was sitting there smoking, chain smoking in camel pants
Probably in camel pants and a mesh hat.
with a beard.
Usually some type of beard.
God, that's awesome that your dad listened to GNR. You know what my parents listened to? My mom would cruise around in her Chrysler Voyager minivan, and I'd listen with her to like the Beach Boys and the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
See, my mom
Great
was into
soundtrack.
my mom was into like Fleetwood Mac and shit like that. So that's still not even bad.
God, Gloria Estefan, Tiffany, Elvis, Neil Diamond. My mom has always had absolutely terrible fucking taste in music.
Yeah.
I don't know why she buys CDs still. Like she's gonna listen to them.
I laughed so hard because I listened to your show the other time when you were talking about pranks.
Mm-hmm.
Was that with Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about the pranks and the classic one where you scared your mom with the audio clip. Like, brought back so much memory because you used to play that all the time.
The air horn.
The air horn. Yeah, that's so great. I remember that shit so well.
She buys like every Taylor Swift album and then like Adele. And I'm like, Mom, why are you listening to Adele? You're 68.
Oh, shit.
What do you have in common with Adele other than that you're both overweight? My mom can't sing. She's terrible at singing.
I can imagine.
Fuck no, like fucking terrible. Like it's kind of monotone and she tries to hit like somewhere in the upper register, like higher.
Yeah.
And then she'll like see that someone notices she's singing and she'll get real quiet like this so you can't hear it. So you can't tell that she's out of key. Album number 2 for you.
Album number 2 is Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Oh, that was a fucking awesome album.
Yeah, and that's the one that really got me like, okay, I like rap. Like, it started out more so a little bit lighter, but I think the first, like, obviously it was like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice and shit like that when I was a kid, but that didn't really obviously influence me musically or my lifestyle to where that one definitely pushed me down the rap road. So, had to put that one on there.
Good for you.
Next one I am not proud of.
Uh-oh.
Number 3, not proud of, but it was a big time in my life.
This is either going to be Atreyu or Aiden.
No. Atreyu is on the list.
Okay.
That's later on. This one is, I'm actually going to give it a tie between ICP's Riddle Box and Twisted's Most Tasteless. Because there was a Juggalo point in my life, and that is all in the past now, so let's never talk about that again.
Well, that was for me. also.
Right, I know.
Me and Neil did a whole fucking episode for the other show about it called I Was a Teenage Juggalo.
Yeah, dude. Totally, yeah.
I almost put Great Milenko on the list.
Yeah.
But as much as that got me into a genre and it did somewhat influence my life, it never meant as much as any of the albums I just mentioned.
Well, and like I said, these are not my particular favorite albums. Like, these are just albums that more or less changed me in some way. Next one is Slipknot Self-Titled, which you had already kind of covered, but great album.
Interesting footnote on the last one, I would say. ICP, since they were, I don't know how they knew Daddy X before the Cottonmouth Kings. ICP is featured in one song on a remix of Running Out of Time on Humble Gods, No Heroes.
Oh, interesting.
Back in 96.
Huh. Shit.
Yeah.
Now you know. And knowing's half the battle.
It is.
All right, so number 5 is Atreyu.
Uh-huh.
And that is going to be Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses.
Ah, yes.
Which has my favorite song of all time on there.
Someone Standing on My Chest?
No, that's yours. Well, one of yours. Lip Gloss and Black. Love that fucking song.
It's been so long.
Live, Love, Burn, Die.
Oh, okay.
I have it fucking tattooed on me.
I also was into Atreyu. I owned a t-shirt.
That's where I basically based my scream off of, was Alex.
No shit.
That's how I trained myself.
What show were we at? It was at the
Fuck Joe show? That
wasn't the Fuck Joe show.
No, the Fuck Joe show was Mindless Self-Indulgence, I was going to say.
Yeah. Was that the Taproot show?
Which one?
We saw Atreyu.
It probably was with Taproot, yeah.
Because there was an instance when the drummer was singing, because the drummer does the clean vocals in Atreyu, and the singer just left the stage. He went to go get a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brandon probably covered the vocals. Yeah.
So there you go.
Great band. My all-time favorite band, my all-time favorite song, yet not my favorite album of theirs, just influenced me the most.
I cannot listen to them anymore. I can't do it. You know what ruined Atreyu for me? Their album, what was it? What came after that album? The one with the chick on the cover.
The Curse, and that is a great album.
Is it?
It's
because it included that motherfucking Bon Jovi cover at the end.
Yes, you hated it, but I loved that cover.
I got all the way to the end of that CD thinking, oh, this is pretty good. I still dig these guys. I heard that. I'm like, fuck it, done.
I remember that.
The end.
I remember you like, I boycott just because of that song.
I gave up on them after that fucking terrible cover when you said, you guys can suck my dick.
It was a good cover, though. And the album was great. Imagine
if, like, your brother, who you totally idolized, and then one day he went from, like, being your hero, and he comes out and he has eyeliner on and football pads. Because it felt like they got kind of jock rocky with that fucking stupid Bon Jovi cover. Imagine you catch your best friend sucking a dick. There. That might be better.
Well, fuckface, if you're at home sucking dick, I mean, that's cool, man. It's okay. I still love you.
If any of your friends are going to suck a dick, it's MC Prowl.
Oh, that's true.
Who is the guy that I pranked with the gay porn pranks that I mentioned in the previous episode.
Yep, and that was great, too. Good times. You ready for number 6? Just because I had to fit in a recent one. This one influenced my more recent hip-hop experience, which actually was shown to me by said mentioned MC Prowl that you had just brought up. Atmosphere, Seven's Travels.
Ah, yes.
That kind of pushed me down the road towards the different style of not being horrorcore rap or gangster rap, to where you can just be a dude from Minnesota rapping.
Self-biographical.
Exactly. So
he pretty much introduced us all to Atmosphere.
He is one of the only people I've ever met that I've actually gotten starstruck with. Like, he was walking through Northtown Mall one day when I was working there at Best Buy.
We're talking about Slug, right?
Slug, yeah.
Okay, we're not talking about you walking through the mall and seeing your old roommate.
What? No, I'm talking about Slug being there and actually getting starstruck about it.
It's MC Prowl.
But I was on the clock working, and he walked. If you've ever been to Northtown Best Buy, you know there's 2 entrances. You walk in, and then you can keep walking through it into the mall. He walked through Best Buy and went out to the mall, and I was like, fuck it. I'm walking out, and I just walked out the door and like, hey, dude, how's it going? Shook his hand, met him, said bye, and walked away. But I'd had to say something to him just because he was such an influence.
I know what Slug looks like, but I think if I saw him, I might not necessarily recognize him.
Well, and this was years ago, so he wasn't as seasoned looking.
seasoned is a nice way of saying he hasn't aged well.
No, he's a good-looking older dude, but he's, getting a little gray and whatnot. It happens.
It does happen. Check this out. I don't have any gray hairs.
Mm-hmm.
My hairs went from dark brown, black, right to white. Like in my beard.
Yeah,
It's
we'll have to check it
short
out in some
today.
better light. Yeah.
Once you get
grow
nice
it
and
out.
close, and then I'm going to grab the back of your head.
And just bite my throat. Yeah.
No, I was gonna mouth hump you. It's not rape if I yell surprise first.
That's true. Then it's just a surprise.
Yep.
Surprise!
Terrible birthday party. Yeah, but some of my hairs, they jumped from black right to white. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
Should I go get like a cancer screening? No joke.
I need to go to a doctor too. I haven't been to one forever. I should just get a physical because I could be dying and not know it.
It doesn't have to be a doctor that does that. Somebody that's knowledgeable about medicine could check you out. Could give you a physical.
No.
I've had a hernia before. It wasn't in my tea bag. It was an inguinal hernia.
I don't know what that means.
It means it was above my dick and off to the side slightly.
Gotcha.
Slightly.
So your dick was swollen, is what you're saying?
No. That'd be awesome if it was. I had a slight bulge in my groin area. So if you need a hernia check, I know about hernias.
I'm good. I don't think I have hernia.
Well, that's not fair because women have buddy check 11. We don't have a buddy check 11 for checking for ball cancer.
Yeah. No, we don't.
And we should because recently, someone I know just lost a ball to cancer.
Well, shit.
But they caught it early, so he's fine.
I mean, I could just feel my own balls,
You could. But then what if you feel something, you're like, oh my God, is this a lump? How are you going to know? How are you going to know?
If I feel something where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Do not make me get the roofies. Put your tea bag in my hand.
No.
Make me feel good.
Well, I know what a fan of Word Orgy you are.
Reigning champion. Where's my title belt?
Oh, God damn. We don't have a champion.
If I buy a title belt,
we have a
I'm
points
carrying it
leader.
around.
You can do that all you want. It doesn't make you...
I'm gonna do it. Every show you have, I'm gonna walk in, kick down the door, I'm gonna super kick somebody and leave.
You're gonna kick down the door that's the soundproofing door that shatters a light bulb everywhere?
Yep.
And then
It's
the door's
gonna
gonna
make it more
land
dramatic.
on me.
Well, super kick.
Jesus Christ. Who are you, Gene Snitsky?
Really? You're busting out Snitsky?
Well, if anybody else is gonna do something that's just gonna destroy somebody or something, like an unborn child.
Braun Strowman?
I don't watch wrestling anymore unless it's Ring of Honor.
Oh, I'm such a snob.
No, because I don't like the fucking PG WWE bullshit like Roman Reigns.
I don't like Roman Reigns. I like all wrestling though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Lucha Underground on Netflix right now, and it's
Are you?
amazing.
I don't have Netflix.
Yeah, because you don't live in the 20th century.
I also don't make enough money to have Netflix.
It's $10 a month.
I'm sure it is, but that's $10 that I have to spend on my.
You can use mine, and then you can just create your own profile.
Oh, they're cracking down on that.
Well,
So, in terms of Word Orgy, you are the points leader.
champion.
At most points in a single round, you went 6 for 10, 8 out of 15. Things came off the rails when we got into the 15 mark. I'm going to keep it at 10 from now on. So the highest score in a single round is you at 6 out of 10.
Yep.
Then after you is a two-way tie between
Murr.
Dr. Murr and Nurse Ashley at 5 out of 10.
I want to come on here with Murr and try to get them all right, because I
Go
feel
on.
like me and Murr could just double team the shit out of this.
You'd be competing against each other, though.
No, we form a team. Tag team champions. And then you can start with a whole new division. You can have a tag team division.
Jesus Christ. And then Neil has played twice, and he scored 4 out of 10 and 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I heard the last one that he got 2 on. That was sad.
And my friend Aaron, who went 0 for 15.
That's just crazy. I don't get how that happens.
I don't know.
Watch it happen now.
He's got 3 kids. Leave him alone. He lives in a house full of estrogen.
Yeah.
All the time.
Orgy.
2 unrelated items that make up one new phrase. And if you get the answer, I'll heap on you my praise. Some of them may seem too hard, but I won't let you quit. So pay very close attention to both my descriptions. Pop culture icons
and other random shit. It's time to play Word Orgy. How many will you get?
Number 1.
Yay.
A coconut-filled candy and a new wave group.
A new wave group?
New wave group.
Almond Joy Division.
Oh,
Boom, son.
right out of the fucking gate. Suck on that, Neil. That took him like 5 seconds.
I can't help it. I like this shit.
Give me this pen. I gotta mark which ones you got right. That's a check mark. Number 2, a Tupac song and a Two Live Crew song.
That is a very broad spectrum of album collection there.
Yeah.
There's so many songs between the two of them.
Well, they have to have a word in common.
Yes, I know.
So, Mr. Champion.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Can't get them all.
You right now stuttering on this one
Yes.
is like the time that Kurt Angle got thrown into a rear naked choke by Daniel Pewter, and he didn't know how to get out of it. And he's like, hey, there's no choking submissions on your back. You can't do that. It was one of the greatest SmackDowns on record.
Oh, give it to me.
I'm going to use that later. I'm going to abuse that sound.
God damn it.
All eyes on me, so horny. Yeah. How you like me now? The director of the movie Snatch and the singer of the song La Bamba.
God damn it. Guy Ritchie. What the fuck is it La Bamba his last name? No, it was not. It was
You can't see me, but right now I'm wincing like, what the fuck?
I'm just thinking out loud. This is my thought process.
Richie
Fuck
La
off.
Bamba.
Shut up.
Here's Richie La Bamba, folks. Richie La Bamba passed away tragically in
Shut
a
up.
plane
You're
crash
making me lose my
with
thought.
the Big Bopper
This is cheating.
and Bob Hope. Bob Hope, he didn't die in a plane crash.
No, but Charlie Murphy just died, which is sad.
What are you doing? Are you getting ready to karate chop me?
No, I'm trying to get the third name
You're
to come to mind.
sounding it out silently in the air.
Yes, I do hand motions when I think. Oh, Guy Ritchie Valentine.
You're so close.
Vasquez. Another V last name.
No. It's Guy Ritchie Valens.
Fuck!
You had the Valen. I'm like, oh, you're gonna get it. You didn't get it, you cocksucker.
Son of a bitch.
Number 4.
I'm glad he died in that plane. Fuck that guy.
Oh. Rude. Number 4.
I'm kidding.
A penguin and a folk rock trio.
A penguin? And a full
What I
rock-
said, motherfucker.
Right. A penguin. Like is it a?
I'm not giving
I
you any
don't
more
get
clues.
like what do you mean a penguin?
Well, you think you're such
What's the
hot
second
shit.
clue?
A folk rock trio.
Emperor something. Emperor penguin. Penguins. I'm Batman.
I will never use the answer in the clue.
Yeah, I know. I got nothing.
Sidney, Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
You couldn't say a Pittsburgh penguin. You could just say a penguin.
Do you want me to softball them over the plate every time? Jesus Christ. How dare you make it difficult for me when I brag about being the champion?
Whatever, dude. Until somebody takes that
Not
from
so
me.
fucking sassy now, are you?
Until somebody beats me.
Richie Valentine. Suck a dick.
Whatever, dude. Some people that have missed some questions that I've heard are pretty ridiculous.
Well. Number 5. One broke bad. The other was the soundtrack to a cactus-fueled trip.
No, nothing. I got nothing.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe I don't understand it.
One broke bad. The other was the soundtrack to a cactus-fueled trip.
No, I got nothing. I got 0.
Walter White Zombie.
Gotcha.
Are you not catching the musical theme here? There's music in every one of these. The episode's about music. Number 6. One sang about disposable teens. The other is a cult of killers.
A cult of killers?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marilyn Manson family.
Yes! Good for you. That's 2. You better run the table. on the rest of these. Number 7. One is a male pop group, and the other is a male R&B group.
I got nothing. I'm just going to complain. Give it to me.
The Backstreet Boys to Men.
Jeez.
Yeah, bitch. Number 8. Pop Rock Sisters and a TNA Grand Champion.
Pop Rock Sisters.
Yes. Not the candy Pop Rocks.
Sisters that were a pop rock act. I don't listen to pop music.
Well, you should still know stuff. I'm Joey Black. I'm the champion of Word Orgy.
Still gonna be after this too until somebody beats me, so piss off.
Well, I thought you would maybe break your own record today, but clearly that's not going to happen.
No, not with this one. Go for it.
The way you're performing today is akin to not getting it up for a super hot chick.
There's too much pressure on me to come in and perform, dude.
Fuck you so good. Oh man, you're just gonna walk out of here all wobbly and shit. You're just gonna have to stick a washcloth up your pussy for the drive home. And then, oh my God, I'm sorry. This has never happened to me before. The answer would be Allie and AJ Styles. Oh my God. Allie and AJ.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Or AJ and Allie. But yes, Allie and AJ.
Yeah, no idea who that is.
They're fucking hot.
I'm sure they are.
Allie and AJ Macholka is their names.
Yeah.
Google them when you're alone.
I'm not going to do that.
Then touch yourself.
No.
Fuck your face. Number 9. Former KDWB DJ and a Seal song.
A Seal song?
Yeah, don't you listen to Seal?
No.
Cunt.
The only Seal song I know is the one from the Batman soundtrack. That's it.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
Wow.
I'm going to say Tony Fly something. So insert adjective on the third word. Tony Fly guy. Really? I don't know any Seal songs, man.
Tony Fly Like an Eagle.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. You know what soundtrack that was on?
No.
Space Jam.
Of course it was.
You were thinking of Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Which I sang for Guess Who Karaoke Roulette one episode.
I do remember that.
With Graham of It Radio. I forgot the lyrics in the middle of when I was singing that too, because I didn't have them. Number 10, it's your last chance of redemption. You were bitching about Neil going 2 for 10. Right now, you're going 2 for 9.
You know what? He had a lot of easy ones, though.
Well,
so.
Number 10, Rocky Mountain High singer and a Mile High sports franchise.
John Denver Broncos.
Wrong.
What?
John Denver Nuggets.
Oh, they're both this. They both work.
There's
a
reason we have specific answers.
But they both work,
Joseph. You don't.
They both work. And not that it even matters.
Here's me writing.
They all work, actually.
Here's me writing. Well, yeah, they do. But Lunchbox, 2 of 10. It's in the pile. It's in the records now, bitch.
It's all right.
So we've talked about the shows you've got coming up. Anything else you'd like to promote?
Unappreciated.life. That's kind of our website that has the majority of our stuff on there. Otherwise, you can go to genretreason.bandcamp.com or...
You can.
Yeah, you can.
And you can buy the Silence Effect.
You can, until we come out with something new, which who knows when the fuck's that going to be, because we suck and we take so long to record anything.
I have to ask you a question. Who's the chick on the cover of that CD?
I didn't know her until that day that we actually did the shoot, actually. It was a friend of Christian's that he knew from somewhere. Her name is Brianna. She does like modeling and stuff like that.
Okay, because I was looking at the skin tone and the eyebrows. I was afraid it was your estranged wife.
No.
Because I know you'd like to put some duct tape over her mouth.
Yes.
Oh.
You bitch!
No, Brianna's awesome though, and she's if you see other pictures of her, she looks nothing like she does on the cover.
Oh, good to know.
Because she's always like dolled up and like super cute.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Blumpkin&Friends. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Joey Black.
Good night.